We welcome to the Only Fools and Horses podcast. Zagi, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going okay. How are you guys? Thank you for having me. So yeah,
No problem. So you make Lego Only Fools and Horses style.
I do. I do.
How did you get into it?
It was actually a funny story because first off, I did the Nelson Mandela flat. Like I think it was 2019. Because I got into Lego. I needed a hobby and I got into Lego. So I needed something. And I'm a big fan of the show, always been. And I was like, Lego doesn't do Only Fools and Horses. So I was like, let's change that. And I did the Nelson Mandela flat. I'm gonna show you later if you want to see it. And basically, that kind of happened, and I got a lot of good responses to that. People were like, put that on Lego Ideas, which is, a site when you can try to get your product made, stuff like that. And that was on the official site, let's say, on the official Facebook site. You know what I'm talking about. And a lot of good responses were from that. So then one year went around, and I was like, I needed something new. I didn't get too much into it, but I needed something new. And then I did the next hit, which is your background, actually.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, which is your background, and I did
I'm in
that.
the pub.
Yeah, and I did that, and then I was like, it was basically I got offered a job, but it was in a Lego store, so which is ironic. But it didn't went through. So it was like for me, it was basically at that moment I decided, because I got a lot of people came up to me like privately and stuff like that, and they said like your product is great and stuff like that. And so I decided to give it a try, and it's been one hell of a ride, I'll say that. So it's quite interesting actually to me, because never thought I would get close to people who I've been watching on television all my life and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's been quite interesting. Yeah, and I basically made from there on. I made almost everything. I don't know. So, even made I made the Peckham Spring, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, Chris has got a bottle of it there.
There we go, Zagi. Yeah.
Yeah, I need that, but it's tough for me to get the stuff in Slovenia, but I need that. Yeah. Does it glow in the dark?
The fan club sell them. The fan club sell them. They're quite reasonable as well, about £7 or £8.
Yeah. Okay. No, I won't comment on that. But
must be a big postage though, Slovenia. That would be quite a big postage, I reckon.
No, I have quite a lot of trouble to get stuff especially from Great Britain, because the postage is like £20 at least.
Wow.
And plus Slovenia recently, I think it was last year, they got some sort of tax on stuff, and everything gets taxed, even gifts get taxed.
So there is income tax in Slovenia,
yeah. Even for gifts, which is quite weird for me, and so I don't order stuff. I mostly what I get gifts, and mostly what I get personalized. I like stuff to be exclusive to me, so that's basically the way I am. Was never much into collecting, but Only Fools and Horses is different. So yeah. That's about it. From that.
So when you were young, Zagi, then did you watch the show in Slovenia? Then did they broadcast it in Slovenia? Then when you were
first off, Chris, does that mean I'm old now?
You're younger than me. No, you're young still.
On VHS, probably.
Yeah, the show is like it was. We were the ex-republic from Yugoslavia, So Yugoslavia, it's mentioned a couple times in the show. It's like the ex-republic in Croatia and the foreign countries in Serbia and Bosnia. It's Only Fools and Horses, unbelievably big, that. even because of the Boise in the back and stuff like that. But in Slovenia, it wasn't quite that big, to be quite honest with you. It's still on TV, which is to me unbelievable. But you know, I watched it a lot. I don't know why. Basically, the first time I saw it, I kind of went crazy for it. So yeah, it's stuck with me. You know, it's more than a show to me. It's like, it's like, I don't know, it's life, it's family, it's love, it's, it's everything. So, it's quite big. But the biggest show, probably UK bound in Slovenia, was Mr. Bean, which is quite. It's bigger here probably than in the UK. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me and Chris spoke about this before, because with Mr. Bean, you don't need to understand the language, do you? It's that kind of comedy, so that's why it's so successful all over the world.
Of course, yeah, it is. It was unbelievably big. Mr. Bean was big. Not that Only Fools and Horses wasn't that big, because we actually had we had our own spin-off of the show. They did Portugal, and they did, I don't know, a lot of places in Netherlands, and a lot of shows were Americans tried it, but don't watch that if you ever one episode.
Doesn't work.
Oh no, it doesn't. It does not. Yeah, there's just one episode, but they're trying to do something. I read recently, but hope not.
I watched one once on YouTube. I was watching the bloopers on YouTube, and it came up with an Indian version of it.
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't. They overreacted it a little bit. Like, do you know when he fell through the bar?
Yeah.
They had him staggering, but he wasn't staggering in the real episode. And it's not the same.
Nah, it's and our version was called if I translate it to English, it was called Brother to Brother, and basically it was John Sullivan. The script was from John Sullivan. They didn't change it much, but I don't know. I won't say it was bad, but I think the ratings were poor, and but it's mentioned actually in the documentary about Only Fools and Horses that Gold did like 4 years ago, or 4 or 5 now. It's mentioned actually, so yeah, we had our own spin-off, but it's okay here. A lot of people still know it, but it's not as big as it is in other countries around us, Serbia, and they have murals. Bosnia has, and Croatia, and
How many series was the spin-off? Was it just one series, or?
I think no, it's not a spin-off. It's a remake. I don't know what
remake.
Yeah. A rip-off.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but
I'll say I'm honest like that. They got the rights. It was they got the rights from John Sullivan. He was still alive then. The Sullivan family and BBC and probably all that stuff. But I think it was, where it ends. I think it's 2 series. I'm not quite. Yeah, I think it's 2. I think they still have the A Touch of Glass is still included. I watch it sometimes just because it's funny to me. Because if you know the stuff, it's funny to me. But we didn't have a 3-wheel van. We had a 4-wheel van, big one. I don't know. Yeah, but some of the casting is totally, I don't know. Trigger is played by it's just it's not the American version of Trigger if you saw that, because that's just that I won't comment on that.
You'd use too many swear words, I would imagine. Yeah.
but they missed Trigger. They missed him by a long shot. But yeah, so it is what it is. But
so how long does it take you to put the Lego together? I suppose it depends for whatever project it is, doesn't it?
I did a lot of projects. I do a lot of. First off, I'll say this publicly once and for all. I'm not a seller. People think I'm a seller, but I'm not a seller. I'm not a seller just because I respect the show and I love the show, and I don't want to sell my stuff. I did do things for people. Certain people, but I don't sell my stuff just because of the respect I got for the show. Don't want to reach no copyrights and stuff like that. The other thing is I do a lot of stuff with charity auctions. We did for, I don't know, for basically for everybody you could think of from the cast. Like the last one was, I think, for John Chalice and his charities he supported. So you know, I do a lot of stuff there, and it depends on the project. If I do a display piece, which is, you know, I did let's say I did Inge from Tuchel and Back. I did her in the display piece. It takes a lot of time. Like, I don't know, if I have the parts, it's not that, you know, complicated. But Lego is problematic because of the parts. You know, it tends to be, you know, quite stressful. But it depends. But I do scenes like regularly. I do scenes every week. So them scenes take about, I don't know, it just depends. I have a lot of stuff at home, which is okay. So, you know, I do them, I don't know, maybe hour, 2 hours. I have to get the picture, and I'm a nut for quality, and it's just, you know, but it's all because of the love. So, you know.
And you also Legoed us, and we love that, don't we?
Yeah, I did.
Very talented.
I don't know. I never heard Chris and Emily say nothing about it. So I just heard you, Chris, but not the other two.
It was a lovely job. I think you did me in this outfit, Zagi, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, really good.
You were probably the easiest to do, you know.
Because of the Fools and Horses connection, sort of thing.
Yes, because of the Del Boy outfit, you know. But it's hard. You know what's the hard part? The hard part is taking Del Boy, which is, you know, like Del Boy is a specific figure, you know, and taking him and making him like you know what I mean? That's the hard part, you know, because you have to take his you know, because if he got the hat on and stuff like that, he looks like Del Boy, you know. It's hard to take that away, you know. So maybe that's that point. But I think Chris was probably, the other Chris was the most hard to do because of the hair. I still don't like
Spiky,
the hair.
Yeah.
You give him a perm, I think, hadn't you? Give him a perm.
Yeah. I give him a small afro. It kind of suits him the best, you know, because certain parts, and you know, are just, you know, hard to get.
I suppose there's not many Lego characters where the hair is like stuck up, really, is there?
Nah, like yours. If I had to use spiky hair, like spiky hair, it would be too spiky. You know, it would be like up here, and it wouldn't be okay. So I just use the mini afro and put you, you know, a little bit back and eat in your, I don't know what you ate, something Spanish, Mexican, probably.
It was Cypriot, actually.
Yeah. I saw that.
No, we all think you did a great job anyway.
Yes,
thank
you did.
you, man. I'm glad you liked it. You know, I'm not, you know, I'm real simple with those things. If people ask me, you know, I basically Legofied, well, everybody probably. So probably,
yeah, I mean, you said you Legofied John Chalice, didn't you? I mean, how many characters from Only Fools and Horses in total have you Legofied?
Oh, I think I have more than 100.
Wow.
Yeah, individual figures, individual people, more than 100. But different scenes and different, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Probably around, I don't know, probably 2, 3. I have, right now I'm trying to do the whole show, at least one scene in a Lego form, brick form. I don't want to use the term Lego because I get copyrighted in. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, probably I have around 200 or 300 scenes, but different scenes. Yeah, but I want to do the whole, you know, the whole show. So
I think I've read that you want to do, it's 64 episodes, isn't it? Yeah. So one scene for every episode. Yeah.
Yes. And I try, you know, I have friends. I'll shout out now Edwin and Rhonda. Those are my good friends, and they help me, you know, choose the certain scene I want to do from the, you know, episode. You know, they're kind of my you know, my backup and stuff like that. You know, because most of the scenes, you know, you have to pick a scene. It's different. You know, you get sometimes you get a lot of reactions, sometimes not. It depends on how much the joke is worth. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, the one in the background's really good. The seance scene. Yeah.
I'm trying to get that printed, you know, because I want to print it on a shirt, you know. I want to have it like on a shirt, and I want to be like, I'm here, you know. I am here. Yeah, but I put that picture just because of John Charles was a big supporter of my work, which is, you know, which I'm honored. And today is 5 months since his passing. And you know, just because of that, you know, it's a sad thing, but never got to meet him. Had a lot of exchanges with him, and you know, but just because of that, you know, see, he'll always be here with me and probably with you guys and everybody who loves the show. So,
lovely man as well, as he was a really lovely man. And,
yeah,
he did. Yeah, he did a show in Serbia, didn't he, Zagi? Sorry,
yes,
yeah, which is really good.
Yes, yeah, I watched that documentary. Actually, it's maybe for the UK audience, it's not that I don't know, tempting to watch or something like that, because you know he's not Boise, he's John Chalice in that documentary. But actually, Lazar Vukovic, who did the documentary, did a great job. I'm good with Lazar. He's a real nice person too, and the documentary is actually really interesting. I watched it a couple of times. It's about history, about, you know, about the history of Serbia and stuff like that, but also about the love for Only Fools and Horses. And I think John Charles did a great job, you know, and he deserves everything he gets, like, you know, down there. He got the citizenship, and you know, I'm just, you know, I had a lot of chances to meet him. I was actually supposed to send him one of my figures too, but sadly, you know, it never transpired, you know, the way it was, you know. So yeah, and I heard about that news about him even before, but it was, you know, let's leave that where it is. So, yeah, but that's because of John today, Mr. Charles. So,
yeah, John was very active on social media, wasn't he?
Yeah. John was great. He was real nice, you know. He was, I don't know, he was real good with social media in general and with fans. I think he gave a lot of love to fans, which is, you know,
he'd go out of his way, wouldn't he? If you'd say to him, could you do a video message for me, just saying it's somebody's birthday, he'd actually do it. You know, not everybody would do that.
Yes. And he, when you mentioned that, Chris, I actually, I'm quite thrilled about that. I actually have his message from last year, because he congratulated me on my birthday, which was amazing. And I have that, and I'm gonna treasure that, you know, until I can, you know. But he was real, I don't know, he was really a gentleman, and he really cared about Only Fools and Horses, you know what I mean? About the fans, about the community, and interacted with people, you know. And I did a lot of stuff like with him, you know. I saw this in, I remember one story. It was like, there was this kid, you know, he has some psychological issues or whatnot, you know, and he was a big fan of Boise. He wore his shirt and stuff like that, you know. And on Facebook, his mother posted something, you know, and I took that picture. I asked her, you know, maybe I could get a reaction from John Charles, you know what I mean? It would probably make somebody's day, you know. And he always replied to stuff, you know what I mean? He gave his time, you know. He was real good like that, you know. He was a wonderful guy, yeah. So I'm just sad I never got to meet him, but you know, I have nothing but good things to say about him. Yeah, which is different from his character in Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest now, and let's say nobody really liked Boise in Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah, love to hate him. Love to hate him.
Yeah, now he had good lines and everything like that. You know, we
all loved his laugh.
Yeah, he
Can't
was a
do
great
it, but
he was a great character, but to be honest, he wasn't meant to be like, you know, lovable and stuff like that. You know, maybe in Green Grass that's different, but in Only Fools, you know. Yes, Emily.
What's your favorite episode?
It's kind of you know, it's that, you know, that's hard for me to answer. I'll answer like this. Basically, I love every single episode of Only Fools and Horses, even the presumably worst one for me, which is Royal Flush. So, I love every single episode. If I had to, you know, pick and choose, I would probably choose I don't know, probably Yuppie Love, or I don't know, Jolly Boys Outing, just because of everybody's there. It's probably that, but I love every single episode, and I love the last 3 episodes, and I love the different ending. And I'm not like that. A lot of people say, you know, it should have ended when they became millionaires, but I don't believe that, because it was never about the money. It was about the family. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. So.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but I kind of see it from both sides as well. Like with the original ending, you couldn't get a better ending than that, but I really enjoyed the last 3. So
yes, me too, because you know, because I never looked at it. You know, it was for me personally. I never looked at it the way everything is about the money. It was not about the money. You know, it was about the progress, you know, getting there, you know what I mean, and getting better for themselves. But at the end of the day, Only Fools and Horses the whole story is about family. You know, it's about sticking, you know, together through bad, through good, through everything. You know, that's what resonates with us. You know, not the money. You know, you know. So at the end of the day, that's why I love it. And I love the last scene when Rodney has his daughter, and his daughter's named the same as his mother. You know, that's a beautiful thing, you know. And when Del hugs him and he says, "Let's go home, bro," you know, and you're not like Freddy the Frog, you know, and stuff like that, you know. It brings emotions to me. So yeah. And I got a question for you, Tvi.
okay. This is different.
Because you 3 are experts, and you're going to tell me this. How many times is Lego mentioned in Only Fools and Horses?
Ooh, blimey! I'm trying to think of one time.
Come on, Chris, you're an expert.
It's got to be with Damien, isn't it? It's got to be when Damien's playing with Lego.
I would go for about 5.
Oh,
5.
I know, the Lego flat.
Nah. How many times?
Oh, I don't know.
5.
Twice.
3.
Okay, make up your mind now.
Like Chris says,
I can only remember what, actually, offhand, I can only remember one occasion where it was mentioned, a Lego council flat. That's the bit I remember.
Which episode?
Yuppie Love. Yuppie
Love. Okay.
One of the Christmas specials, or is it Yuppie Love?
Yuppie Love, he got it right.
Yuppie Love.
And remember at least one more. It's a really, really famous episode, but you probably don't remember.
No,
it's not something like Rodney Come Home. You know, when he says about when he goes back to the flat and she's kicked him out, hasn't she? Or they fell out.
No,
and it's nothing to do with Damien. He's not playing with Lego or something.
Nah, I think Damien was playing with other things like squirt guns and stuff like that. Squirt guns and stuff like that. And you know, the hat backwards, and you know, the chains and stuff like that. But it's actually the as far as I know, and you know, I kind of know because it's Lego. The other episode I was referring to is A Touch of Glass.
Okay. When's it mentioned?
It's mentioned when you know, when they come home from, when they're trying to do the deal with Louis the XVII. Yeah, the 17th. And you know, they come home and Rodney's like, you know, we have to do this proper and stuff like that, you know. And then Del Boy mentions that how it's in the flat, how long they be living in this Lego council flat. It's basically like a similar line than in Yuppie Love, but in Yuppie Love it's a little bit different. But it's mentioned there and it's mentioned there. But I did notice one thing which is quite which is quite funny. That is that John Sullivan kind of loved to use Lego references a lot. Even in I don't know if you watched what is it called, Citizen Smith. There's an episode called Only Fools and Horses. That was before, you know, before Only Fools and Horses. And in the episode Only Fools and Horses and Citizen Smith, it's actually Lego is actually mentioned, which is you know, funny. So yeah,
Wow.
and in the green grass also, and you know, so yeah, there's a lot of
Great.
Lego making.
Are you going to show us some of your Lego then? Let's
Yeah,
see some of
sure.
it.
Yeah, of course. What do you want? I'll show you. I'll probably show you the first thing I'll show you. I'll show you the Jolly Boys outing project, basically.
Great.
Oh, yeah, great.
You
My
can tell us
favorite
about that.
episode.
Yeah, the Jolly Boys project out. The Jolly Boys outing is basically I wanna, you know, this Lego has a competition, which is basically if you get 10,000 votes in I think it's a year and a half, something like that. You Lego might considering you know
Commission it.
approving. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So but you know it's a hard project. You know right now as far as I know and I'm aware of, the closest they got probably was the van. It got around 6,000 votes, something like that. That was like 2014, something like that. That was from the Appreciation Society and Steve Clark and something like that. That was a collaboration.
Interesting. You should say that. I've got a van in Lego there, if you can see.
Yeah, I can see. I got a couple of vans in Lego also.
Yeah. and I've got huge respect for you because I'm ashamed to say it. My 12-year-old niece did that for me. I couldn't do it.
Actually, you know, Chris, to be honest with you, the three-wheel van is very hard to do. It's very hard to do because just because of the shape. You know, the shape is, you know, it goes in. It's very hard to do. And the other thing is, the three wheels are, you know, it's just
Tricky.
yeah, it is. But yeah. So basically, I'll you know, I'm trying to get the Jolly Boys done. You know, the first time it was basically just the bus and the 12 main Jolly Boys, but now actually now I because Lego was like, you know, it's not enough according to how many figures it is, it's not enough you know, the product has to be bigger. That's their words. So I did a couple of other things and I'll show you a couple of other things now right now, and I'll switch the camera to the different side.
The scene behind you, Zagi, actually, that's where he reveals his character first name, isn't it, Boise, actually?
Yes, that's where he's Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey, yeah.
I am here.
Yeah, Aubrey.
Yeah, it's actually I think it's one of the most favorite scenes from John Charles. Yeah, that and you know what's his favorite? His favorite was the Batman and Robin scene.
Yeah. Oh, when he answers the door to them both.
Yeah, when he says no, they'll more like the Joker.
Roger.
Yeah. I read that somewhere just last time that there's a couple of scenes and the seance. He loved the seance scene. Yeah. So, here we go. So yeah.
What was you going to say, Emily?
Did you watch the news this morning with the Only Fools and Horses funeral?
Yes, I just watched it. Only Fools and Hearses. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I saw that video. That video is trending.
2 million on YouTube, apparently.
They're based near you, Emily, aren't they, in Fleetwood?
Yeah.
So here you go. You got the figures. You know, you got you got Denzel, Mickey, Boise, Harry, Del Boy. You know, you got Uncle Albert.
You got the dolphin.
Yeah, you got the dolphin, of course.
Don't lose it.
You got the figures.
The dolphin. It's massive.
Yeah, but Lego makes their kind of dolphin. You know what I mean? That's not on me. Yeah. So, but the other things that are important are, you know, you got the telephone booth. You know, which Rodney is, you know, speaking with Cassandra and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Then I did a couple of other things. I did the Uncle Albert when he, you know, crashes his boat.
Oh.
Yeah, the remote control boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that scene. So, you know, if you put Unc here, you put him here, you know, and you see.
Do you know the young boy from that scene, Zagi? Do you remember? It was a young boy.
Yeah,
next to Albert.
That's Mickey Pierce's son. Yeah, I know.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. It is. He
Yeah,
must be about 40 now, mustn't he?
Yeah, I know a lot of trivia.
Yeah, I thought, you know, I thought I'd caught you out there, but no, you know too much.
No, I know a lot of unimportant facts, but quite important to me. And then I did, you know, the ice cream stand, you know, where Del Boy goes for the ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes for the ice cream, so he's like that. Yeah, where's Del Boy now? And Del Boy is like that.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that terrible ride! I'd never go on that.
Oh.
Yeah, no. And I did that, you know.
The
And I
Mary
did
Rose.
yeah, I did the Mary Rose. Yes, the Mary Rose is, you know, it's, you know, it's the Mary Rose, and actually it spins 360. So, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You
it goes.
see Denzel swearing, don't you? Denzel said this, that you actually see him say the F word, you know, when you see the music playing and things.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when he's in the
And
air,
you,
yeah.
and you actually got the, you know, when the donut falls down. So yeah,
Yeah.
so there's
Del
a
eats
lot
it.
of things. Yeah, and well, the big that's all one project, but the big thing is, you know, the bus, you know. So I did the
Wow.
bus.
Oh, brilliant. Wow.
Yeah. So that's the Jolly Boys bus. Actually, something fell off. It doesn't.
You've
I
even
love
got
that the
poster and
posters on
number
there.
plate. Yeah.
Yeah, you got all the posters. You got everything. It's quite a big model, to be honest with you. You know, if you put it like this,
Yeah.
it's quite big. You know.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, no, it has all the necessary things that it needs. It's even on fire, you know, as Chris pointed out. You know, so
Wow, that is
yeah,
Amazing.
and it can fit in all 12 Jolly Boys, you know, and it's even got the Mustafa radio inside. If
You've
you
got
can
the
see.
Oh, wow.
radio. Wow.
Yeah, the Mustafa radio, the Albanian radio. They sold them, you know. When it goes on fire and stuff like that, you know, it's quite a big model, but altogether it comes like to amusement park, you know, and stuff like that, you know, and you put it into a hole. But you know, it's a lot of things. So yeah, that's basically the Jolly Boys, you know. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
What do we think then? Out of 10, I say 10.
10.
11. Just
nah, you can't go with 11. Come on. Nah,
What, I could see you've got a few pictures as well in the background there, Zagi.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course I got you know, that's I frame stuff, you know, sometimes because I'm, yeah, kind of creative guy. So
Maybe
that,
autographs as well on there.
yeah, you got, I'll show you. You got the lower one is actually you know, it's from Daniel Hill.
Oh yeah, Daniel Hill.
Yeah, Yuppie Steven.
Yuppie Steven. Yeah.
Yeah, I must say Daniel Hill's a great guy. I did figures for him, as you can see on the left side. You know, that's when he got the figure. And that's his autograph and stuff like that. I framed that by myself, you know. So
Nice.
yeah,
Lovely
I did
piece.
a couple. That's just autograph, something I got from my dear friend Rhonda, and yeah, I got a lot of stuff. And I
I
got
see Raquel and John on there. Raquel and John Charles. Yeah.
yeah, and I got, you know, that's John Charles's
Oh yeah.
personalized stuff to me, you know.
Lovely
Because
job.
of it. Yeah, so that and this green grass I have, because I'm a big fan of the green grass, so you know, I have stuff for him too.
Have you ever met Sue Holderness, Marlene, Zagi, at all?
If I know her or
Yeah, have you met her or spoke to her at all? Sue
no,
Holderness?
to be honest with you, look, I'll show you. I'll put it like this, and
Yeah, no problem. We haven't got long left, so
yeah.
sorry.
I'll put it like this. This is Sue. That's with my figure, you know. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Sue
I'm trying
got
to
my
see what the
figure.
scene is. What episode was that one where she's wearing that pink? I'm trying to think.
I don't think it's for one of the more I don't know if it's first. It's somewhere in between. I think it's one shot where she's wearing the pink. But that was from my friend that he actually got on. He went to tea with her, and you know, he gave her my figure, which she actually loved. So yeah, I did figures for a couple of people from the cast. So yeah, that's quite. But this is quite beautiful for me. So yeah.
I was going to just ask you, would you consider doing life-size ones?
What do you
of
mean?
Lego? Well, you know, so full size of a. I know that's a big job, but could you do a life size? I know you'd need a lot more Lego, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it would probably be a big project, you know. Yeah, but yeah, everything could be done, you know, you know, yeah, it could be done, but it probably will take a lot of time. Never thought about doing it like that, but you know, the small
Possible.
ones tend to be problems. Everything is possible.
Hooky Street.